Here's my one and only angel story that I have as a hospice nurse. I've had this page for 1.5 years. I have never shared this, but it does go along with the story that I have shared. So some of my OG followers know that I have what I'd call like a miracle story. I have one patient that I would consider a miracle in my 15 years of being a nurse. I can't tell that whole entire miracle story. Let me know if you want to hear about it in the comments, but I have to tell a little bit of it so I can tell you about the angel side of the story that I failed to mention the first time I told you this miracle story. Mostly out of fear of being judged and because I don't understand it myself. So basically this woman that I would consider a miracle was an actively dying patient who looked like she was going to die that night. I went to go visit her and the family the next morning to see how she was and if she had died or when she was going to die, because she was actively dying the night before. And she was awake and eating and talking and walking and looked like she fully recovered. Now, she didn't fully recover. She did end up dying 3 months later, but those 3 months she lived very well, eating, talking, walking, having a great time. So that's the short version of the miracle story. The part of the miracle story that I don't tell is that while her kids were in the other room calling family members to tell them that, their loved one was dying likely that night, I went into the room to check on the patient who was actively dying. In my mind's eye, which this doesn't happen, again, this kind of stuff doesn't happen to me, I got this crazy vision of what I would consider, I guess, an angel. I don't know what angels are, what they look like, but it wasn't like you would think an angel would look like. Because in my mind's eye, it was basically like this huge version of an angel. Not like this little twinkly baby angel. It was like this huge, massive thing. And the feeling I got when I saw this huge, massive thing in my mind's eye was that it was an angel basically standing over this woman's bed. Now, I quickly pushed that out of my mind and never thought about it again because I don't know anything about this stuff. Until the next day when I went there, thinking that I was surprised she hadn't died that night and thinking I was going to walk in and see an actively dying patient, and she was up eating pancakes and lived a very good life for another 3 months. Then my mind went back to that vision I had in my mind's eye about this thing standing over her bed. And it wasn't a scary thing. It was a beautiful, large, angelic thing. Now, I don't know what this all means, but I considered it a miracle, and I felt like I saw an angel.